Life Science. UNITI. Plants Physiology. Nutrition in plants and animals. Nutrition, the process by which an organism takes food and utilizes it, is called nutrition. Need for nutrition: organisms need the energy to perform various activities. The energy is supplied by the nutrients. Organisms need various raw materials for growth and repair. These raw materials are provided by nutrients. Nutrients, materials which provide nutrition to organisms, are called nutrients. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are the main nutrients and are called macronutrients. Minerals and vitamins are required in small amounts and hence are called micronutrients. Modes of nutrition. 1. Autotrophic nutrition. 2. Heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition: life processes. The mode of nutrition in which an organism prepares its own food is called autotrophic nutrition. Green plants and blue-green algae follow the autotrophic mode of nutrition. The organisms which carry out autotrophic nutrition are called autotrophs, green plants. Autotrophic nutrition is fulfilled by the process by which autotrophs intake CO2 and H2O, and convert these into carbohydrates in the presence of chlorophyll. Sunlight is called photosynthesis. Equation. Nutrition in plants: green plants prepare their own food. They make food in the presence of sunlight. Sunlight provides energy, carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials, and chloroplast is the site where food is made. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis, the process by which green plants prepare food, is called photosynthesis. During this process, the solar energy is converted into chemical energy and carbohydrates are formed. Green leaves are the main site of photosynthesis. The green portion of the plant contains a pigment, chloroplast, chlorophyll, green pigment. The whole process of photosynthesis can be shown by the following equation. Raw materials for photosynthesis. Sunlight. Chlorophyll, sunlight absorbed by chloroplast. CO2, enters through stomata, and oxygen, O2, is released as a byproduct through stomata on the leaf. Water and dissolved minerals like nitrogen, phosphorus etc., are taken up by the roots from the soil. How do raw materials for photosynthesis become available to the plant? Water comes from the soil, through the xylem tissue in roots and stems. Carbon dioxide comes in the leaves through stomata. Site of photosynthesis: chloroplast in the leaf. Chloroplast contains chlorophyll, green pigment. Main events of photosynthesis: absorption of light energy by chlorophyll, conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting, breaking, of water into hydrogen and oxygen, reduction of CO2 to carbohydrates. Sunlight activates chlorophyll, which leads to splitting of the water molecule. The hydrogen, released by the splitting of a water molecule, is utilized for the reduction of carbon dioxide to produce carbohydrates. Oxygen is the byproduct of photosynthesis. Carbohydrate is subsequently converted into starch and is stored in leaves and other storage parts. The splitting of water molecules is a part of the light reaction. Other steps are part of the dark reaction during photosynthesis. Stomata: life processes. Stomata: these are tiny pores present in the epidermis of leaf or stem through which gaseous exchange and transpiration occur. Functions of stomata: exchange of gases, O2 and CO2. Loses a large amount of water vapor, during transpiration. Opening and closing of stomatal pores. The opening and closing of stomatal pores are controlled by the turgidity of guard cells. When guard cells uptake water from surrounding cells, they swell to become a turgid body, which enlarges the pore in between, stomatal opening. While, when water is released, they become flaccid, shrinking to close the pore, stomatal closing. Significance of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the main way through which solar energy is made available for different living beings. Green plants are the main producers of food in the ecosystem. All other organisms directly or indirectly depend on green plants for food. The process of photosynthesis also helps in maintaining the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the air. Heterotrophic nutrition life processes. The mode of nutrition in which an organism takes food from another organism is called heterotrophic nutrition. Organisms, other than green plants and blue-green algae, follow the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition can be further divided into three types, viz. Saprophytic nutrition, Holozoic nutrition, and parasitic. Saprophytic nutrition. In saprophytic nutrition, the organism secretes the digestive juices on the food. The food is digested while it is still to be ingested. The digested food is then ingested by the organism. All the decomposers follow saprophytic nutrition. Some insects, like houseflies, also follow this mode of nutrition. Holozoic nutrition. In holozoic nutrition, the digestion happens inside the body of the organism, i.e., after the food is ingested. Most of the animals follow this mode of nutrition. Parasitic nutrition. The organism which lives inside or outside another organism, host, and derives nutrition from it is known as parasites, and this type of mode of nutrition is called parasitic nutrition. For example, cuscuta, tick, etc. Transportation in plants. Plants have specialized vascular tissues for transportation of substances. There are two types of vascular tissues in plants. Xylem. Xylem is responsible for transportation of water and minerals. It is composed of tracheids, xylem vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fiber. Tracheids and xylem vessels are the conducting elements. The xylem makes a continuous tube in plants which runs from roots to stem and right up to the veins of leaves. Carry water and minerals from the leaves to the other part of the plant. Phloem. Phloem is responsible for transportation of food. Phloem is composed of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and bast fibers. Sieve tubes are the conducting elements in phloem. Carries product of photosynthesis from roots to other part of the plant. Transportation in plants. Ascent of sap. The upward movement of water and minerals from roots to different plant parts is called ascent of sap. Many factors are at play in ascent of sap, and it takes place in many steps. They are explained as follows. Root pressure. The walls of cells of root hairs are very thin. Water from soil enters the root hairs because of osmosis. Root pressure is responsible for movement of water up to the base of the stem. Capillary action. A very fine tube is called capillary. Water, or any liquid, rises in the capillary because of physical forces, and this phenomenon is called capillary action. Water, in stem, rises up to some height because of capillary action. Adhesion-cohesion of water molecules. Water molecules make a continuous column in the xylem because of forces of adhesion and cohesion among the molecules. Transpiration pull. Loss of water vapor through stomata and lenticels, in plants, is called transpiration. Transpiration through stomata creates vacuum, which creates a suction, called transpiration pull. The transpiration pull sucks the water column from the xylem tubes, and thus, water is able to rise to great heights in even the tallest plants. Transport of food. Transport of food in plants happens because of utilization of energy. Thus, unlike the transport through xylem, it is a form of active transport. Moreover, the flow of substances through phloem takes place in both directions, i.e., it is a two-way traffic in phloem. Transpiration is the process of loss of water as vapor from aerial parts of the plant. Functions. Absorption and upward movement of water and minerals by creating pull. Helps in temperature regulation in plant. Transport of food from leaves, food factory, to different parts of the plant is called translocation.